Yes, guys, so today I want to set myself a little challenge. Now, a few guys have messaged asking for project files. The problem with that is I've got different plugins and, you know, it can be a bit of a nightmare. So this, apart from Kickstart, what's a great plugin by Nico Romero for sidechaining, and you can use it creatively as well. Apart from that, everything's stock. All the synths, all the reverb units, compressors, everything. So if you buy Logic out the box and you buy Kickstart, I think it's like 20 quid. You're good to go. Now, I've made this, it's super simple, but I wanted you guys to be able to open it and get creative, change things around. I've added a few little random leads and stuff like that in here. So now I'm going to break down the project, okay? So it starts with just a simple kick. Now, the original kick was a lot longer. You can see that there. I've basically just shortened that. Nice, punchy, short kick. Give so much space for the bass there. So this is the kick. Big kick. I've added this clap in here. Yet again, I've just faded it out. I didn't want it any longer, just nice and short. So far, you got this. And then I added some like little variations here. So I've added this clap here. You can see all I've done to this is make it slightly wider using a sample delay. It's a little trick that's been used for a long time now. And some basic EQ, very basic EQ. Just run off a lot of lows, giving it a bit more body and get rid of that riz at the top. And you get this. It's pretty cool. You can see the reverb stops when this hits here, so it sounds really good. Basic hat. And then we've got a crash. And then just some like little like variations of like drag and drop sort of introducing here. And it does it again here. And then we go into the stock. Now this is the ESP. All I've done is roll off the high end because I didn't really need the high end out of it. Basic compressor. Like 10 dB, that's a lot of reduction. And then we've got this down here. What's the top part of the bass? You can see how, again, I've made it wider using the sample delay and rolled everything off to the top. Now that allows me to have more control. So say I wanted less of this top bass, or if I wanted more, so I just find a balance. Now you can see it's opening up. All I've done to do that is just go into the velocity here. Obviously the harder it's pressed, the more velocity it has, what means it's obviously triggering a sound slightly different. So if I get rid of this, for example, you'll be able to hear what I mean with just this one here. So you can see the slightly darker ones are obviously pressed harder on the keyboard, what gets a slightly different sound. That's pretty cool. So you got them together. If I play them with the drums, I don't move it around. And now what else I've added here randomly is, I think it really complements it well. It's basically a synth here. It is a default patch in the ESP. I've just rolled off a tiny bit of the highs, aka all of them, and low cut it up to about 200 hertz, so you get no bass from it, so you get this. Now if you click A when you're in the project, you can see here, this is the cutoff for the synth, so you can see it opens up here. So you get a tiny bit of automation there for you to have a little play with. So if I just play the bass and the drums together, you get this sort of vibe. Now, I wanted you guys to get a bit more creative, so I've added these leads in here. Now, this leads a patch in the ES1. It's got kickstart for a bit of sidechain. No real EQ on there. Just run off of obviously the highs. A compressor there, just doing some compression. Tiny bit of reverb in there, literally 10%. And this art plugin. Now, to get this, you literally just click here and it's there. So I've done this here. JG Groove, I've got two that I normally use here. And this sounds like this by itself. So you can see there, all I'm doing is changing the pitch wheel. So going from to, just to give it a tiny bit of variation, just so it doesn't get annoying. This is just so you guys can get a bit more creative when you do load it. So if I play that with this. I've also done another random one here. It goes a bit crazy here, this part here. But and I've also included this one as well. Just like as a cool top part, you could just drop that down and do something weird with it. Sounds like, I think it's Fisher's new track where it's like digga, weird, like kind of like phone interference thing. Anyway, that's the project. You can see all the plugins and everything there are all stock, apart from, like I say, Kickstart, what sidechain. You can just use your Logic compressor for sidechain. I just for Kickstart. So yeah, guys, if you want the project, literally just click the link in the description and get it now.